The uniqueness of memes are very exaggerated. They're certainly a hallmark of the internet and modern anthropology, but they don't have some distinct psychology. They're not their own language. I'm going to try to dispel that exemplified idea of memes and demonstrate how they're simply a medium like any other form of language. And this means that they fall under all of the same characteristics as social cognition and psychology. And this all comes down to the mirror neuron system. The mirror neuron system is one of the most important aspects of social cognition, psychology, learning, language, and simply how we interact as a species with one another. I don't know why this never gets discussed, but one of the most defining attributes of the human species is animal mimicry. The mirror neuron system accounts for the greatest portion of that. It's why kids mimic what their parents do. It's why when you watch a TV or read a book of a character you really like, you may take on characteristics of that. It's how we can learn skills and language through watching or reading how others are doing it. It's also this source of empathy in humans. What happens is when you watch or read someone doing something and you connect with them, your neurons, the mirror neurons, are going to fire in the way that they are seeing the action being performed. If you're watching a TV show or reading a book, or a friend is telling you a story of something they went through, you're actually able to feel all of those things that you're observing. It's also related to the phoenix system, which is the ability to generate sensory information internally. When you empathize or connect with something, which could be a person, it could be a fictional character, it could be a story in the news, it could be even an object or an animal, your mirror neurons are going to replicate or emulate that event. It's part of immersion. It's why you might feel like you're there or feel someone else's suffering or someone's joy or someone's anger or someone's love. So being engrossed in something means that your mirror neurons are copying, they're mimicking what you're actually seeing. The other aspect of the mirror neurons is that when you do that same action, they're going to fire in the same way that they observed. Say that someone is showing you a new skill or a new move at a sport or some kind of activity. You're going to watch them. The action potentials of the mirror neurons are going to try to replicate what they're seeing. When it's your turn to try the new thing, those same mirror neurons are going to fire in the same way that they saw. This doesn't mean that the replication is 100% correct. You still have to have, let's say, the coordination or the know-how or the balance to pull something off. We'll get back to memes in 1 second, but this is the idea of beginner's luck, which is that you have no other preconditioning or you're not overthinking anything. You have no bad habits when you're getting into something new, so that your mirror neurons may be able to replicate it purely how they saw it, which is usually the effective or proper way to do something. Now, after the first time or two, you may get in your head, and that's when you start to no longer have that idea of beginner's luck. It's simply our ability of animal mimicry to perform what we just saw happen. Humans are changelings and chameleons. We compartmentalize different aspects of our personality based off of the different social situations we may be in. You may act one way with friends, a different way with different family members, at a job, in recreational, in sport activities, and so on. And of course, when we engage with different internet spaces, we project various personalities. The mirror neuron system is why you get songs stuck in your head. It's why grade school kids tend to just repeat whatever viral or trending thing is going on, as well as why people follow celebrity culture and the trends that come from those things. The way that memes factor into this as a medium for social cognition in the mirror neuron system. Memes carry all of the normal modes of communication. There are skits and jokes and folk tales and old wives' tales and adages and injunctions. They can be artful, self-referential, even story-driven. Memes can be predictive, they can be divinatory, spiritual, and they can also be parasitic. In other words, memes are simply a current iteration of archetypal expression. In my opinion, what's more interesting than looking at memes as some unique or special format of communication is to forensically approach the message contained within the meme. In the same way that forensics can analyze soil samples to pinpoint the geographic location of something or a fingerprint to find a specific person, memes as an archetypal expression of social cognition allows us to reverse engineer or forensically analyze where the idea comes from and why it comes the way it does. Because of the mirror neuron system, if you see a meme that you empathize or connect with, you're going to want to share it. It's going to be stuck in your head the same way that a line of a song might. We see the same thing happening in comment sections. Every couple of months, it seems there's a new format in which people like to comment. Whatever the trend is, because you encounter it so much, your mirror neurons are replicating that in your mind. So that when the situation arises for you to use it, your mirror neurons are defaulting to what it knows, to what it learns, to what it's mimicking. So if there's a trending meme or activity that you encounter on the internet that may clearly be a joke, but you find it funny, you're immersed in it, when you encounter that situation, there's a chance that you're going to default to that action because your mirror neurons are going to replicate that when you do that action. It's part of conditioning and how the language structures the mind to mimic what you're saying or what you're thinking or what you're observing. When someone creates a meme or shares a meme or you empathize with a meme, there is this forensic diagnostic approach we can take. What are the factors that make up your personality and the archetypal expression of that personality? One of those things is the microbiome, which is part of your metagenome. It's in the same way that we can take a folk story that talks about invisible house spirits that lead to food spoilage. Well, we could break that down into saying that's mold or other spoilage microbes. Taking a look at really harmful or destructive memes, you can see that there is clearly some level of parasitic ideology being propagated. And there's also memes that are more therapeutic or kind of like a vaccine. Through that reverse engineering of the idea and the archetypes contained within a meme, which is simply the medium for a story or a message, you can look at the microbiology, the parasitology, or the virology of a meme. And that is going to provide insights into the potential of that meme to spread, to become a trend for people to connect with it through their mirror neuron system. Looking at a specific meme can give you a signature of the archetype from the environment in which it comes from, which includes all of the normal anthropologic, psychological, and microbial factors that make people who they are and make people think the way they do. To conclude this video, it's because of our ability of animal mimicry through the mirror neuron system that we're going to empathize, connect with, and emulate and repeat not only the spreading or sharing of the meme, but also perhaps even taking on qualities of the meme or archetypal patterns of the meme, and even doing those in real life, which is a testimony to the trends and virality of a particular idea and how it spreads and how it's shared. It's like when a big movie comes out and all the kids want to dress up and pretend that they're this character, this superhero or something. But it's also just how advertising and marketing works and subliminal messaging. So memes aren't unique in that sense, they're just a hallmark of the internet and the current iteration of how social cognition works, how communication and mimicry occurs in human anthropologic settings. But that is it for this video. Thanks for watching.